Now, in this video, we've adopted the paper from the 2019 June section. So this is for the LCCI Level 3 Digital Marketing. Now, I would like you to enjoy this video. Remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Now, I've put the question here and the marketing guidance here. So the first question is about why the eco plan would be a niche market. For a niche market, that means it operates in a very small one. Okay. So as you can see, it only offers environmental friendly paint. Okay. So only wanted by those who are interested. So I would like you to add for niche market. That means a small segment of customers. So these small segment of customers, they are target with high quality or specific, and I would like to use the word tailor-made, with tailor-made products and services to serve them. Let's take a look part B. So the block used by the company is owned media. So the advantage, of course, they can control the content and they don't have to pay for the third parties. Now remember, when you answer this kind of question, you have to give 1 mark for extension and justification. See, for example, when you talk about the control the content, so it would be about the benefit of the shopping eco plan. That means the message delivered will focus on the environmental aspects. And for this one, for no need to pay for the third parties, so the explanation would be, okay, it will keep the cost very low. Okay, for part C is about the comparison between the social media advertisement and the blogging. Okay, of course, as you can see here, so the sales revenue generated by the social media is much larger than that of the blog. So the reason, of course, I've put the answer in the right hand side. It's about the money spent, what was spent on the social media. Now, as you can see, the budget, okay, this one is, okay, the budget is more than the blogging. In the 1 mark for extension justification, you can talk about more money, that means more content. Now for part D, the investment data is quite funny. Now, even though the sales revenue of the social media is larger than that of the blog, you can see for the return on investment for the blogging is much larger than that of the social media. So when you try to answer this question, first of all, you can talk about less money should be spent on the social media because the ROI is only 133. Okay, so that is a low return. Now on the other hand, as you can see, for the blogging is so good, so more blogs should be produced as the ROI is 260, which is the highest return. Now for part D, so there are some headings provided in the answer sheet. I put it here. So there are total 3 headings about the original data, the customer satisfaction, and you need to draw a conclusion. Now in the exam report here, I've put it here, it talks about that. So please look at the right bottom corner. Okay, so you have to analyze the impact of the campaign. So you have to look for these data and and offer high marks, okay, for conclusion. First of all, let's look at what does the visitor original data show. So you can see the visitor original is here. So we have to check out this box. Now before we move on, I would like to talk about the North America. They have launched a sales promotion. So for those who visit, they can have discounts. Now on the other hand, for the total Europe, here total Europe, so they have a rural marketing campaign to focus on the benefits of using the environmental friendly paint. Now for this one, the increase of the visitor is much, I would say, the extent is much larger than this one. But after the campaign, the visitors drops. But for this one, there's still a little bit increase, okay, after the campaign. So I would say this is the key when you look for the answers. So let's check it out. So for the North America, so first of all, you have to work out the percentage. There is 81.3 increase, okay, And also for this, you have to do it for the USA and the Canada. For the Europe, there's 79% increase, and you have to work out the increase of the countries. Okay, by you have to do it for the UK, Germany, Sweden, and Switzerland. Okay, so you have to do it for all. Okay, after you compiled the figures, then next we have to talk about we say the visitors in the month after the campaign. Okay, now after the campaign, then you can see so as you can see here, they fell by 32.5%, but still it is higher than the month before the campaign. Now as you can see, before the campaign is 16313, right now it's 19973, still a little bit higher. Okay, then we will check out the total Europe. For the total Europe, you can see there is a little bit increase. Now for this one, you have to be very carefully. Now for these two, you can see for these two still there's a drop. Okay, there's a drop, but for these two there is a little bit increase, and you can see there is an overall increase in the Europe section. So I would say you can see for this total Europe campaign, the figures increase a little bit more. So I would say there were more visitors to the site, okay, in the month of campaign and also after the campaign. So this rival campaign would have a more long-lasting effect. Now on the other hand, for the total North American section, so of course is I would say it cannot last, okay, but this drop much lower than the campaign was ran. So they did not all return in the following month. Next, I would like to focus on what does the customer satisfaction show. So it's about this table. Now in this table, now you can see this is the metric. This is the customer satisfaction before the campaign, for the month and campaign, and there is they have worked out the percentage for you. So we don't have to do this. Okay, we don't have to do this. So first of all, we can talk about the changes in the data, okay? And we can just first of all we just quote the figures. Now, as you can see, for the in North America, there's a big improvement. So we can say that the satisfaction perhaps due to the discounts, okay? So that means the products will be competitive pricely, okay? But for the European, the improvement is only 6.8%, okay, but still they can raise the awareness, okay, even though the increase is by a smaller amount. Now in the last part, with the draw conclusion, you have to take a look at the social media campaign that we've mentioned in part A and B, and also the blogging we've mentioned. And right now, so say for example, now if you recall, the blogging, this one, the ROI is very large, okay? The ROI is very large, and as you can see, in this now in this campaign, you can see that for the European campaign, which is about the viral marketing campaign, so when they talk about the benefits, okay, so there is a long-lasting effect, long effect, okay? So still, and you don't have to cut the price. So I would say in the long run, is recommend that, okay, they would use the blog to do the viral marketing. So this would be the conclusion, okay, if I want, okay, as an example. So you use the blog to draw the viral marketing. So you can save the cost and you will draw a big long-lasting effect. So that's all for this video. And remember, I would say give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Please give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel. Now, this paper is taken from the LCCI Level 3. digital marketing. The year of this paper is taken from the June 2019 section. Now today I would like to talk about question 15. Now I've put the question here, the case study data here, and I've also put the marketing guidelines here. Okay, so let's take a look at the first question. The first question talks about we have to give two devices that app could be used on the world of the watch customers. And that is about the introduction of the app. So that I would say that's a very easy question. Of course, smartphones is one of the answers, and also computers, or even though you may say smart TVs. Now, so usually people would say smartphones or laptops or tablets. Okay, so I would say this is a very easy question. So let's move on to part B. So it talks about the advantages of achieving the earned media. So you can see that the shop opened in 2010 and they start selling in 2015. So of course the answer would be you get coverage and exposures from a lot of people, and this helps to attract the potential customers from the latest and tops. Okay, so here you can see here, right, you can attract a lot of customers. Also coverage and exposure from the influencer. So in that, you can just grab the answer from, I would say, from the data. Now I'd like to talk about a little bit more about what is the meaning of earned media, or you can call it free media. Okay, like I would say SEO or reviewed sites. So these are all we call, free media or earned media. Even the word of mouth. Okay. The word of mouth is also, we call it earned media. So let's move on to part C. Okay, the opposition of earned media is what we call the paid media. So we have to describe one way that they can use the paid media to, produce in the social media advertisements. So the reason is very simple. Of course, they want to make sure that they give the company the advertisement they want. Okay, so other than I would say compared to the word of mouth or review site. Okay, this is the advantages of paid media, to make sure the message that you want to be delivered can be sent to your customers. Okay, in your ideas and ways. In other words, you can ensure the advertisement fit your brand. Now let's move on to part D. So for part D, I've put the question here, and there are more data. Okay, so you have to read these data. Okay, in the previous section, there are some new data here. Graph 1 and graph 2, and you will have to make use of the headings to structure the answer. So there are two headings. So the first one is about successful elements, and another one is about the recommendations. So let's take a look. So there are a few, I would say, current digital marketing activities. First of all, there's a website. It launches on 2015, as you can see, and this is the website statistics. You can see it grow first and drop a little bit. Okay, so we can mark it down. You grow and it drop a little bit. So that's the website statistics. So another one used by this company is about the social media. So it started from 2014, and they used the hashtags. Okay, and this is the statistics for the hashtags. So you can see there are two kind of hashtags. So the first one is called the latest wow. Okay, the latest wow. For this latest wow, it's about the latest watches. Okay, so for this one, you can see it has a very big increase at first, drop a little bit, and rise again. So the level right now is very high. Okay, the number of each hashtag used is about 1,000. Okay, so it's a very high one. Okay, but there's a little bit fluctuation, but still it becomes the highest level. So for the other one, it's about the top while. Okay, the top while is about the most of the each. Okay, the most of the each. So you can see have a very static increase. Okay, but it's very low. You can see here for the highest level is still you can see that, right? For the purple one, it's larger than that of the green one, even though they have reached the highest level. So right now we got two graphs here. So we have to write a report on whether the elements of the current digital marketing activities they have been success. So there are a few criteria to do it. So first of all, let's take a look. The first one is about the unique visitors. So first of all, we have to describe the data that increased in 2014, 2015, and 2016, and then the peak is about in 2016 here. It's about 5 here. It's about 575,000. So this is the peak. Next, we can see that the unique visitors overall has increased 61%. Next, we have to combine two elements. The first one is about the 2014 social media. Okay, the 2014 social media. So that is here. Okay, so as you can see, starting from 2014, there's a social media to launch, and it has started increase, right? You can see the unique visitor keep increasing. On the other hand, this 2015, okay, the online sale also boosts the I would say the unique visitor to the website. And so in this bullet points, okay, it all talks about the website statistics. So right now I would like to move on to the hashtags one. Okay, so for these, so these are about the hashtag. Okay, so let's take a look. So the hashtag, of course, they rise between 2014 and 2018. So first of all, we have to talk about the top wow. Okay, the top walls. Okay, that increase a little bit. Okay, from 180 to 210. So here, as you can see from this one, is 210. Next, we have to move on to the top latest wow. For the latest wow, it increased a lot. Now in 2016, you can see this one is about 1100. Okay, so even though you can see there is a little drop here, there's a little drop in 2017, but still it raised again. It raised again to here. Okay, in 2018 it go back to 1200. Okay, so then next we have to compare the percentage change. Right, it's about 179%, or you can say it increased all of about 1410. So we can conclude that the use of latest wow seems to be more popular, okay, compared to the top wow. Okay, so this part is not that difficult. So first of all, we have to describe the data. Okay. Now next, we have to give recommendations. So the recommendation, of course, so this one in 2015, starting from 2015, they start to sell online, right? So they have to continue to do it, because you can see there's an increase of a lot of visitors starting from 2015. Okay. For the hashtag, this latest watch seems to be more popular, and this will be the focus of attention. So I would like you to highlight this keywords. This will be the focus of attention. And the recommendation will be you try to sell it through other apps. Okay. So this is from here. Okay, so you have to make use of this data. Okay, you try to sell it through other apps. So later on, and last part, you have to do the justifications. Okay, based on the recommendations. Now there are first of all, you should make use of the relationships with social media to develop to achieve the earned media, to further generate sales. This is the first one I would like to give. Now the second one would be you may develop new hashtag to further earn unique visitors. So these, I would say, these hashtags should focus on the range of luxury and expensive watches. Now that's all for this video. Remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Now please give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel. Now in this video, I've adopted the paper from the LCCI Level 3. So this is about digital marketing. Now the paper adopted is from the June 2019 section. Now today we will cover question 13. is about push and pull marketing strategies. Let's take a look at the case, the questions, and I've also put the marketing guidelines here. So the first part A, it asks about the push marketing strategies that this company adopt. Push marketing is about the message is delivered from the company to the consumer directly. So that's what we call push marketing. Okay. So there are a lot of examples in the case. Say for example, the website and also the banner advertisement. So these are, I would say, push marketing examples. Now for part B, we have to talk about the pull marketing. So for this one, it's about the customer who are in need. Okay, so they will have their need already, and they will try to find out the solution. Okay, so they will proactive in seeking the solution. Okay, say for example, they will search something. Okay, like the SEO as the search engine. So this is what we call pull marketing. Let's say for example, this one is called the SEO, search engine marketing. Blog is, you know what's blog, right? This is from the word. So for vlog, okay, that's the video, okay, the video blog, okay. And of course, the online events is another example. So right now, let's take a look part C. We have to give one advantage that they can have the option to search the orders according to the price. The answer is quite easy. They can focus on the range of the products, okay, so that they can fit their budget. Now for part D, I have put, this is the case, okay, this is the case that we just read. So these are the questions, and for part D, they have the authority have provided the exam report. So for part D, we have to give them reason. The company, they use this one. As you recall, 4P, right? Product, place, promotion, and price. Okay, so the price is about this one. So the price are too more expensive in store than on the website. So this is what we call price differentiation. So for the store, of course, there are higher overhead. Let me give you some example. Rent, or salaries for the staff. Okay, for the routine staff. So this would be about the first example. Okay, so that's why they charge more. Or you may say, on the other hand, for the digital outlets, they have lower overheads. Now, in the exam report, you have to give examples, okay? So, and in the examples, you have to give the extra costs associated. Let me be clarified, okay? You have to explore the reason, okay, when there is online and offline, okay? So, what are the reasons? Say, for example, the store, okay, in the physical store, okay, there are more services and advices, okay? So, that's why they are willing to pay, okay? For part D, okay, we have to select one factor that the company need to consider when they try to select the digital marketing strategies. So of course, it's about the objectives and the competitors. Now, for example, there are some firms, they are not going to give personalized products, okay, and most of them have limited digital presence. So in the technology, you can talk about this one, okay. Yep, you can talk about digital presence. And also, as you can see, they want to try to sell personalized prints. So make sure the target market can be needed to fit target customers, and it's about the images of the product. Okay, so that is personalized prints. Now for the product part, okay, remember you can apply the onion model. That means there are total 3 levels of a product, okay, including core and the actual and one product. So you might try to apply this one in your essay. Now here, okay, it asks about a very traditional, I would say, topic. It's about the marketing mix. So I would like to give you some guidelines. Now for the product, you have to think about the existing customers and then the new customers. And also, after you consider the customers, then you have to think about the product more, including, say for example, when you try to think about the product, you can think about the product bundling. That means you combine them together. Or you can think about next about the delivery mode. Okay, say for example, you can try pay-per-view. Or even you just do, I would say, digital only product. So this is what you need to consider when you try to set up the product mix. So right now, let's take a look at the product one. For the product, they try to do it for the personalized one by letting the customer to select the animals and the message. So right now, when they try to use the digital marketing channels to sell the goods, so they have to make sure that they have different ways to see the product when it is personalized. So that's fit the nature of the product. And also we can make use of the own store or the local department store to reach the new customers. And then for the places, as you can see, they have their own stores. So you have to consider the customer outside the location of the stores. Now remember, when you try to reach the global reach, you need a longer term than, I would say, than your physical stores. So there are two ways to solve this problem. The first one is called intermediation. That means selling through other websites because people trust the other websites, like eBay or Amazon. Okay, so I would say these are examples of intermediation. Now, on the other hand, the company can consider this intermediation. That means, you can reduce the share of the profit and achieve a higher profit margins. Now, for the promotion, of course, first of all, it's about the awareness. And it will be very important to tell the people in other locations that loyal customers, they like about the brand. Now, other than that, you can think about direct marketing and also direct mail to sell your products. Now, for the direct marketing, you may consider, I would say, a strategy called the location-based marketing. Okay, so that is, you try to, use a lot of technology like the GPS. Okay, so to, advertise directly to the customer based on their location. So examples include, number one, direct mail. And number two, of course, is about the search ad. Okay, so these are what we call direct marketing. Or you may consider some social media and interactive awards. Now, for I would say for the promotion elements, the high achievers, they can talk about the gorilla. Okay, if you, I would say, your teacher has covered this one. Okay, for the guerrilla marketing, is about a strategy where the organizations try to promote their goods and services by creating memorial or personal experience. Usually, they would just make use of very few marketing resources, and the activities and events, they're often staged in public space. And then the word of mouth can be spread and to raise the brand awareness and the product, awareness too. Okay, so that's all for this video. Remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Please give a thumbs up to this video and also subscribe to our channel. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about the LCCI Level 3. So the subject we're talking about is the digital marketing. Now, I have put the case studies data here, the question here, and the answer here, so that we can have a better understanding. Now, this paper is taken from the 2019 June session. Right now, let's take a look at question 12A. So we have to explain one advantage that the virtual organization will have. For virtual organizations, that means we don't need the stores, okay? And we can trade 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, okay? But for this one, you have to 1 mark for the length explanation justification. Let's say, for example, for the no need for stores, we can talk about we can save money, okay? And for this one, for the trading, so we can talk about, okay, we can sell to the products of the customers where they want to buy. Some customers can we'll talk about, okay, we can have customers from more areas, of course. So that means, okay, we can gain more potential customers. Now for part B, I have put the question here, and this is a sample, and I've also attached the examiner comments and the tips. Now for part B, we have to explain one disadvantages. So of course, it's about that we cannot build a relationship directly with our customers. Or you can talk about there are costs in terms of delivery charges. Now remember, you have to have one mark to link the explanation. Now say for example, it talks about the repeat customers. So I would like to talk about it. For the advantages, it's about we can gain potential customers. But for the disadvantage, it's about, okay, we cannot build the repeat customers. So it's about the trade-off between potential customers and repeat customers. And let's take a look the sample. So in this sample, it talks about in the virtual store, okay, the information stored in the company can be sold, okay, such as the bank details. Now you can gain full marks, okay, even your answer is not aligned with the marketing guidelines. It's about the electronic mischief. Now for part C, it's a 9 marks question. I have put the advantages and the disadvantages, that means the marketing guidelines here. These will be the headings in the exam paper. So they got these headings: advantages, disadvantages, and conclusions. I have also put the exam report here. So this I would say this question talks about, okay, whether, okay, the company should use email marketing. Now in the exam report, it talks about there are a lot of students, okay, they look at the advantages and disadvantages. They can make use of the data, but okay, they struggle more with was answering fully in the context of the company. So some students, they do not give a good conclusion. So that I would, okay, so let's take a look at this one. Now I would say, remember, you're going to talk about selected business. That means it's about a salon. Let's take a look at the figures. Now they provide, the IA, the industry average here, and also the all industry emails. Now you can as you can see, this one like this, or the open rate is like this, and the bounce rate is like this. This one is not good, okay. For the mobile tablet, we can have figures like this. So I would say I would divide the table into 2 parts. Let's take a look at the advantages. The advantages is about more of them that were opened by the email. Okay, so like this here. Okay, so and then we can to quote the figures. Quote these figures, and we can have elaboration, like encourage people to open an email or using an interesting subject, especially where it promises discounts and deals. So please highlight promise, discounts, and deals. And also we can have image of products, okay, and they can click these to access to specific page of the website through the mobile app. And you can talk about, okay, it's a kind of direct communication and build a more personal relationship with your customers. Now for the disadvantages, we can see that there are a lot of emails that they were ignored by, by the customers. And also, it takes time to write and proofread, and you can see the percentage is quite low here. Yep. So as the bounce rate is so high, the key here is to ensure that our email list is kept up to date. So after all, we have the advantages and disadvantages, then we can have the conclusion. So as pinpointed by the exam report, okay, a lot of candidates cannot write good one. So I would like to take time to read this. First of all, we have to talk about the mobile, as the mobile performs quite good. So we have to talk about it. I can make sure it looks good on the mobile when they click through. Now on the other hand, the bounce rate is quite high, so we have to provide interesting subject and promise to deal with and discount to make sure they click, okay. And for the high bounce rate, we have to delete the people, okay. Yep, if they bounce back. Now thanks for watching this video, and remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Now remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Now in this video, we've talked about the LCCI Level 3 Digital Marketing. Now, so this is a live exam paper. It's taken from the 2019 June session. Now, I've put the question here, and I've put the marketing guidelines here. So in this question 10, it talks about the disadvantages of the changing in the SEO algorithms. Now before we get started to take a look at the answer, I would like to talk about a little bit about the SEO algorithm. There are several things to compute in this algorithm, including the keyword and traffic, your content and resources. I would like to also remind you, in China there are a lot of censorship, such as in Baidu or the 360 or Sogou. So one of the disadvantages is that the business need to ensure that when the potential customers search their products, again, it will appears high on the list. So this is very important. Or you may say higher in the search results. So indeed, these are the goals. The goals of the SEO. Okay? So let's put it down. These are the goals of SEO. That is, you keep it high in the list, or you keep it higher in the search results. Okay? Of course, it would generate higher cost in the business. Now remember to subscribe to our channel and give a thumbs up to this video. Now remember to give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel. Now in this video, we are going to cover the LCCI Level 3 Digital Marketing. Now this paper is adapted from the 2019 June session. Now I have put the question here and the marketing guidelines here. Let's get started. For question 8, okay, we have to answer 2 ethical issues regarding the digital marketing activities. The first one is about the opt-in, opt-out procedures. For the opt-in, it's about whether they would like to receive, like the message from your company, like email. For opt-out, of course, that means they would like to. Okay, they are provide the option that usually in the bottom of the email that they can unsubscribe, okay, your email marketing. Okay, for this permission, that means, okay, you need to let customer to put a tick, okay, whether they want to receive your information or not. For this one, I will give you an example. We call it alternate text. That means, okay, it is the text message that displays when the image cannot be displaced. Now for the last one, okay, of course, it's about the cookies, or right now there's a new term. We call it digital footprint. So, not footprint. It's called the digital fingerprint. Okay, so that means your fingers. Okay, where did you go? Okay, so remember, when you try to connect this data, okay, you have to be very careful to consider the ethical implications. Now remember to give a thumbs up to our video and subscribe to our channel. Now in this video, we are going to talk about the LCCI Level 3 Digital Marketing. Now the paper is taken from 2019, the June section. Now I have put the question here, the marketing guidelines, the examination report, the examiner comments, and the tips. So let's read the question. The question is about how to achieve the marketing objective of the product development. Now, in the marketing guidelines, that you may conduct primary marketing research or secondary market research. Now for the primary one, it's about what the customer wants. For the secondary one, is what the competitors they are doing. So this is the first way you can answer it. The second is about the prototypes and tests to make sure the products can meet the customer needs. Now let's take a look how to answer that. In the sample essay, it talks about planning. That means planning, you need to find out the resources that you need. Okay, and also for the marketing research, it's about you do the make sure your customer can be fit by your products. So in the exam report, it talks about most candidates, they can offer the action, but they struggled in the expansion that link to the product development. So in the comments, it talks about, hey, you have to talk about, say for example, the expansion is about how would they plan in terms of the resources required, in terms of finance and time, like satisfying the customer need, okay? And remember, expand the mark, okay? Question 7 is about how the setting marketing objectives help the organization achieve its goal. So first of all, the business can monitor the progress and to judge it. Okay, so this is the first one, to judge. The second one is about the focus, such that the department know where the focus need to be and they will make their effort. The third one will be about provide incentives to your team or your subordinates to achieve the objectives successfully. The last one is about setting the priorities, such that it can be more likely to be achieved. Now, in this exam report, it talks about a lot of people. They can identify the way, but they cannot offer the expansions. Now, say for example, you can see in this sample essay, say for example, it talks about, hey, the company can have the focus, what needs to be achieved, and it's about the determination. And for the second one, okay, it's about efficient use of resources, and they can do the monitoring. Now, in the exam report, it talks about, they can identify, will help to keep the focus, and also about the performance, it can be monitored the performance. Now remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Now, in this video, we've taken it from the LCCI Level 3, Digital Marketing. And the paper is from the 2019 June session. So please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Now I've put the question here and the answer here. Now before we go through the question, first of all, I would like to talk about some concepts. Now in this syllabus, so there are two types of market types. Okay, so the one is called the mass market, which target on the B2B and B2C. Another one, we called it the niche market. So that is for a much smaller market segment. For B2B marketing, we can make use of the trade union or the trade publications to promote this one, the business to business. For the B2C, we can make use of the television or sponsorship. Sponsorship. Now for the niche market, we can also have B2B and B2C. Now for the B2B, we can make use of the direct email or conversions. So it is to make sure that your promotion materials must be personalized. Now, and next, for the B2C market, we can make use of some specialty magazines or some specialty websites. Again, it is for the tailor-made, okay? To make tailor-made products or services to satisfy the customer wants and needs. Now, in this question, we have to give two examples about the B2B market. So that's very easy, right? Say for example, the flower and the florist, the sportswear and the sports team, or publisher to the bookshops, or other reasonable response. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the LCCI Level 3 Digital Marketing. Now, this video will use the paper taken from the 2019 June session. Now, remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So for this question, it focuses on the email marketing. Now, there are total 7 types of email marketing that I would like to introduce. For this opt-in, it is to ask the I would say the potential customers to subscribe. Okay, so they have the they have the right to not to subscribe. Okay, so opt-in, okay, is to ask whether you want to subscribe to the business. So this is what we call the opt-in. Next, I will go to our answer. So that's A. For the cold email, of course, is about without the permission. Okay, we send it without the permission. For this one, is co-brand, or you can call it, cross. I would say cross promotional activity. Now, in this one, of course, still the email, the customer who received the email, they have the right to opt in or opt out. That means, okay, they can subscribe or unsubscribe the email. And for behavioral email, is based on the previous, I would say, purchase history. So you can see for this one, it's certainly not about the potential new customer. So it's a reminder that for the loyal customers to to do the repeat purchase. Now, other than these, there are other free email marketing strategies that I would like to talk about. The fifth one is called the conversion email. So it is aimed for the AIDA model: awareness, interest, desire, and action. And number 6 will be the e-newsletter that you receive a lot. Okay, I guess you have received a lot from your university. And the last one, I will call it event triggered. So this one is similar to the behavioral email. It tries to I would say it target on the loyal customers. Now remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.